At the beginning of the drama, we are shown the female lead, Xing, who says to her dad, "Let's go for a walk." And then we are shown our main character, Weilan, who is in the hospital due to a sprained foot, and a friend of his comes to meet him. He says, "Are you all right? I thought you might have died." Weilan says, "Don't say that much. I just have a sprained foot and nothing else has happened." The doctor starts to tell Weilan, "You need bed rest." Weilan says, "No, I have a lot of work at my company, so I can't take bed rest here." In this way, he doesn't listen to his doctor and is heading towards the car to leave. There he sees that a thief is trying to open his car. He quickly goes and catches the thief, but the thief tries hard to escape, and he doesn't let him run away. In the meantime, Xing arrives there, and seeing her, the thief runs away. Xing thinks he is also a thief. Weilan tells her, "Believe me, I am not a thief. He was the thief who ran away." To convince her, he starts showing her his ID card and other things. Then, Xing says sorry to him. She then also catches the thief and they tie the thief to his bike. Weilan starts to approach her, but falls in front of her due to the foot injury. He feels very embarrassed, but when Xing tries to help him up, Weilan doesn't let her. Then Xing remembers that she is getting late for her job, so she quickly writes her number on a page, gives it to him, and leaves, saying, "Whenever you need my help, call me on this number." Just then, Weilan's secretary arrives and picks up the fallen number. And on the other side, when Xing reaches her job, her boss fires her for being late. Then we see Weilan, who has reached the hospital again. Seeing him like this, the doctor starts to say, "I told you that you needed bed rest, didn't I?" Then a boy is shown who doesn't like Weilan. He gets his hands on the same video of Weilan where Xing is hitting him. That video has also gone viral. Weilan also sees the video. He gets very worried, thinking, "Now what will happen to me?" So his assistant starts to tell him, "You will have to call that girl back and tell her to lie for you that you were learning self-defense from her." And hearing this, Weilan agrees. On the other hand, Xing is very sad because of her job and was blaming Weilan for losing her job. In the meantime, she gets a call from Weilan's secretary who says, "Weilan wants to meet you." And on the other side, Weilan's same friend is shown with him, who was sent by his dad because his grandfather wanted him to get married as soon as possible. Weilan starts to say, "I will tell you what kind of girl I want." He starts to explain, "I want a girl with short hair who knows self-defense. She should like these other games and she should be calm." Hearing this, his friend starts to think, "I don't think I will find such a girl." In the next scene, Xing, who has gone to the hospital to meet Weilan, goes into the room and sees that Weilan is not there. She sees from a place, and seeing this, she quickly goes inside. Weilan is unconscious there. Seeing this, she starts calling for the doctor, and when Weilan regains consciousness, he sees Xing. Seeing her, he gets scared. Xing says, "I am the one who just saved your life," and at the same time starts apologizing to him. "You are in the hospital today because of me." Weilan says, "I have called you here for my help." He starts showing her that same video and says, "You have to lie for me, that you were teaching me self-defense." Xing says, "I will never tell such a lie." Weilan says, "You will have to lie for me." She says, "I will not lie. However, if you agree to one thing of mine, I can teach you self-defense." Weilan says, "How can I learn in this condition?" But Xing starts to teach him. When Weilan learns from her, he grabs her and throws her down. In the meantime, the secretary comes and informs him, "A driver has been found for you. His salary will be 37,000, right?" Hearing this, Xing is impressed and says, "I know how to drive all kinds of cars." Hearing all this, Weilan says, "We have already found a driver." Then, when Xing is going back, she feels that someone is following her. She then catches him and removes the mask from his face, and she realizes, "This is my childhood friend Ling." Xing tells him, "I need a job." So Ling quickly starts looking for a job for her. He finds a job, and that job is for an assistant in Weilan's company, but Xing has no idea about this. Xing applies for it thinking, "Now they will definitely hire me." We see that Weilan's dad has given Xing the job of being his assistant. In the next scene, Xing receives an email from Weilan's company. She is very happy to see this email because she has been selected. She gets up early in the morning, completely ready for the next stage. When she arrives at the company, Weilan is coming from the swimming pool, and when they both see each other, an argument starts between them again. Xing says, "Look, I got a job in the company." Weilan says, "The person who hired you must have terrible luck." So Xing grabs him and throws him right into the swimming pool. Then, when she arrives to meet the president, it turns out to be none other than Weilan. Xing says, "I read on the website, your name wasn't there." So Weilan says, "That was my dad's name. Now, this company has been handed over to me, so that means I will be your boss." And in his heart, he is very happy, thinking, "I've got a chance to torture her." He tells her, "I'm firing you just like that." But Xing says, "You can't do that. I already signed a contract before coming here, so you need a solid reason to fire me." Then Weilan asks, "Do you want to be my assistant?" Xing says, "Yes." So he tells her, my assistant must know martial arts. Then she starts showing him degrees for everything. When Wei Lan sees everything, before he can say anything else, Xing shows him that same video that had gone viral everywhere. Wei Lan then tells her to go to her room. Wei Lan's secretary takes Xing to a storeroom-type place and says, this is your office, so you can set it up however you want, because Wei Lan has also asked you to set it up. Then, when Wei Lan arrives to see her performance, he sees that everything there has been cleaned up. Xing asks, what are you doing here? Wei Lan says, I came to see my assistant, whether she is okay here or not. Xing says, you've seen now, haven't you? Now you can leave from here. He then starts to leave, but the door doesn't open. He tries to open it, so Xing says, I'll open it for you. And when Xing tries to open it, the door doesn't open for her either. It turns out the door is stuck. Then the guards come and somehow open the door. But Wei Lan sees that Xing's hand is injured, so he tells her to get it bandaged. Xing refuses. The next day, when Xing comes to her company, a new table has been set up for her. Then Wei Lan comes there and tells her, this table is for you, and also starts to seat her, and says, you should sit here and rest well. And Xing doesn't understand. How has he become so polite to me? Before, he used to be strict all the time. Then, as Wei Lan is about to leave, his secretary tells Xing, your job is to follow him. So hearing this, Xing quickly follows him. But before she can go, Wei Lan enters a password somewhere and leaves. She is trying to enter the password. In the meantime, Zhou comes from behind and asks her, what are you doing here? So Xing explains, I am Wei Lan's assistant. Then she goes to Wei Lan's room with Zhou. When Wei Lan sees her, he asks Zhou, you used to come here alone, so why did you bring her along this time? So he says, she was trying to enter the password here. So Xing says, it's my duty to ensure your security, isn't it? That's why I was just following you. Then he starts to tell her, our project was about to be stolen here, and in the CCTV footage, only his back is visible, and she gets ready to help him. And then she goes with him to the project. It is a mouse. Xing picks up the mouse and brings it closer to them. She says, are you guys afraid of this mouse? In the army, we used to eat these mice. Hearing all this, he starts to say, put this mouse down right now. And this mouse is for an experiment and costs 50,000. Wei Lan says, I will deduct the money from your salary. Hearing this, she very lovingly places the mouse back in its place. And after checking the place for a while, she finds out who came to steal from them. She recognizes him just by seeing his back and height. Wei Lan thinks, Xing is a spy sent by my dad, but it is actually the secretary, Miss Shi, who his dad had sent to keep an eye on him. In the next scene, Wei Lan goes to drop Xing home. Xing thanks him and gives him the idea of working out for an hour. This way, you can become a successful businessman. But hearing this, Wei Lan says, to become a successful businessman, you need a brain, not a body. Look, I have muscles, don't I? But Xing says, no, you have to work out. He says, okay, I will go if you come to my house at 5 in the morning. Xing also agrees. On the other hand, Wei Lan's dad is getting medicine made by someone, and from their conversation, it is revealed that Wei Lan's dad has cancer, which is why he wants Wei Lan to get married soon. As promised, Xing reaches Wei Lan's house early in the morning. When Wei Lan opens the door, he is shocked to see her. How did she get to my house? Wei Lan comes to her to work out, and in the conversation it is revealed that she reached his house because he had posted a moment on WeChat from his house to the office. His house was visible in it, and seeing that, Xing had thought, his house must be on this side. She starts to thank Wei Lan. Because of the post you shared, I found your house. Then, when both are running, a biker comes from behind. Seeing him, Xing pushes Wei Lan back and saves him from the biker, but the biker stops ahead and takes out a stick, so Xing also gets ready to fight him. But as he starts coming towards her, Wei Lan saves Xing. Then Xing starts chasing him and catches him, but as soon as she sees his face under the helmet, he runs away from there. She comes to pick up Wei Lan on his bike, then takes him along and takes the bike to the police station. But upon reaching there, it is found that it was a rental bike, and from the plate, it is known which shop's bike it was. They reach there to search, and there, they find the boy sleeping on a campus. When he sees Xing, he starts to run from there, but Xing doesn't let him run. From the front, Wei Lan also catches him. Then the boy explains, I received a call from someone who told me, you have to scare Wei Lan. He always used a voice changer, so I don't know what his voice was like or what he was like. When they hear the boy's words, they think he is useless, so they leave him there. On the way back, Xing says, I want to go to that party with you. Upon her insisting a lot, Wei Lan agrees and says, I will give you a task. If you do it, I will take you to that party. He then gives Xing only 5 days to do all the work of the employees that they were supposed to do in a month. Then we see Ling with Xing. Seeing so much work, Ling gets angry at Wei Lan, so he starts speaking against him. Then Wei Lan comes to the office to get a file. He also packs food for Xing and takes it with him. He reaches there, but sees her with a boy and even mistakes that boy for her boyfriend and says, "These people are dating in the office." Seeing this, he leaves in anger, and then the next day he holds a meeting. There, he cancels the work that Gao was doing. Gao gets very angry about this. We find out that Gao is working here for another company. He tells all their secrets to that same company's people. He sees that Xing is carrying a tool bag, so he follows her and sees that she is under his car. He goes and starts checking. Seeing this, Wei Lan says, "It's confirmed. She is my dad's spy." He is approaching her when Xing sees some feet coming towards her. So she grabs Wei Lan's legs and pulls him down. Later, when she finds out, she starts apologizing to Wei Lan. "I thought someone else had come." Wei Lan asks her, "What were you doing under my car?" She says, "I noticed a problem with your car, so I came to check it." Wei Lan says, "Okay, I am convinced that you are my dad's spy." But Xing says, "No, how can I be your dad's spy?" And explains, "The file you gave me to check, I noticed a problem in it. I came to check that someone has installed something under your car. Move aside, let me check now." Then she hears a beeping sound from a machine under the car, and she takes out the GPS and shows it to him, saying, "See, I told you there was a problem with your car." Seeing this, Wei Lan says, "So someone has been following me for so long, and that biker who came to get me, he also knew where I was." Xing then says, "I am with you, so you don't need to worry about anything." Xing asks, "Will you take me to the party with you now?" Wei Lan refuses. "No, I am not taking you." Then Xing comes and starts doing the company's work that Wei Lan had given her, because she thought that if she did all of Wei Lan's work, he would also fulfill his promise. She is doing her work with full dedication. Then Wei Lan sees that she is doing her work very well. So he tells Zhou, install something on her laptop, which will automatically correct all the files. Xing is a little sleepy when she sees that something is already being installed on her computer, and with its installation, all the files have also been checked perfectly. She is very happy to see this. She goes to Wei Lan and shows him her work, saying, "Does this remind you of anything?" Wei Lan says, "I am not taking you to the party." So Xing leaves from there in anger. The next day, they go to the washroom together. Then the next day, the secretary is doing her makeup and also does Xing's makeup. Then she again goes to Wei Lan with her work. Wei Lan notices that she has put on makeup, along with lipstick. Seeing this, he starts to say, "Have you put on lipstick?" So Xing starts to remember what the secretary had said, "If a boy notices your lipstick, it means he likes you." Then Wei Lan tells her, "Focus on your work." On the other hand, Ling also applies for a job in this company, and when Zhou looks at his profile, he seems like a very good boy. He comes and asks Wei Lan, "Can I hire a boy for my intern? But he is more handsome than you." Wei Lan says, "Can anyone be more handsome than me?" Therefore, he agrees to hire that boy. The next day, Ling comes to work in Xing's office. He finishes his work and comes to Xing. "Let's go home together." But in the meantime, Xing gets a call from Zhou. "Today you have to go for dinner with Wei Lan and me." After hearing this, she tells Ling, "No, I won't be able to go with you today," and tells him, "I am going for dinner with Wei Lan and Zhou." Ling angrily tells her, "No, you don't go." But in the meantime, Wei Lan also arrives there. When he sees Ling, he remembers, this is the same boy who was on a date with Xing that day. Seeing him, he takes Xing with him. The three of them are sitting for dinner. Zhou explains, the food is from Wei Lan's side. So, upon hearing Wei Lan's name, Xing orders a lot. Then the three of them are going back together. Just then, Wei Lan takes off his coat and is about to give it to Xing because it was getting very cold. But Xing takes off her coat before him. She says, "I am feeling very hot after eating." Wei Lan gets embarrassed and puts that coat on his arm. Zhou, who is watching all this, says, "Were you also feeling cold?" Wei Lan says, "Yes, I was also feeling cold." But when Wei Lan sees Ling coming from the front, he quickly starts putting his coat on Xing. Xing is getting very nervous because of him. She returns his coat to him saying, "I have my own things." Zhou asks Wei Lan, "Do you like Xing?" But he flatly denies it. "Why would I like her?" Hearing this, Zhou says, "Okay, don't admit it, but go and have a drink. You will automatically find out who you like." And going home, Wei Lan does just that. He starts drinking because he is thinking about Xing. Then he drinks and calls Xing, "Why don't you behave like a girl? You become so rude sometimes." Hearing these things, Xing gets angry. Wei Lan says, "You also look very cute sometimes." Then he adds, "Bring me coffee." When Xing brings coffee to his door, Wei Lan opens the door and hugs Xing. Then after going inside the house, Xing closes the door and goes and sits next to him and starts making him drink that thing. In the meantime, Wei Lan puts his hand on her waist. Now Xing moves his hand aside and starts eating that thing herself. Wei Lan says, "Why don't you drink with me?" Xing says, "I don't want to drink." Then she gets an idea. She asks, "Wei Lan, will you take me to the party?" Wei Lan tells Xing, "No, I will not take you." Xing says, "Okay, then I will not drink with you either. Then he promises her, I will take you to the party. Xing says, I won't have any proof. When he wakes up in the morning, so she thinks, now I will record his voice. And the next day, when Weilan wakes up, he sees that Xing is sleeping with her head in his lap. Seeing this, he is first shocked. How did she get here? Then to get up, he places a pillow under her head and get up. He is cooking, and Xing wakes up from the smell of food and says, Dad, what are you making? When she opens her eyes, she sees Weilan standing in front of her. Seeing him, she says, how did you get to my house? Then she remembers, I am at his house. So she wonders, how did I get to your house? Weilan says, that's what I want to ask. Then when both are sitting down to eat, Xing tells Weilan the whole story and also plays the recording for him. So he says, you have taken advantage of my condition, haven't you? Then she starts telling him, you have promised me yourself now. He says, yes, I will take you on one condition. You won't come inside there. You will just stay outside and watch the situation. Xing agrees, yes, that's fine. Then, Xing is coming back with Weilan. Just then, Weilan tells her, you will need a dress to go to the party, and I will tell my secretary, she will get it for you. At first, Xing says, a dress? He says, if you go to the party dressed like this, no one will let you in. So Xing agrees. Then the next day, she had to go to the company. Just then, she finds out that her grandfather is sick. She takes her grandfather to the hospital. After reaching the hospital, she messages Weilan, give me a half day off today because there is a problem in my family. Weilan, seeing the message, wants to message her what happened at home, but he doesn't ask and says, okay. In the next scene, the secretary has gone to get a dress for Xing. Weilan texts her and asks, has Xing selected a dress or not? She says, no, she is still selecting. Weilan wanted to see how she looked in a girl's dress. Then Xing's pictures, which she had taken while trying on dresses, also reach Weilan. Looking at those pictures, he starts to think, she doesn't look like I imagined, but rather she looks pretty. Then, the day of the party arrives. Weilan comes to the party with the secretary. There, Weilan suspects a man who had caused an explosion in their laboratory. In the CCTV footage, only his ear was seen. Weilan starts talking to him. Now, in the course of the conversation, he also starts telling him about the laboratory. But in the meantime, Xing arrives there. Xing is dressed like Zhou, not like a girl. Seeing her, Weilan says, you look exactly like Zhou. She says, come on, let's find that man together. Xing spots a man and tells Weilan, you go to that man. So he goes to that man and starts talking to him. And that man is getting very nervous, thinking, Weilan wouldn't even know my name. Seeing all this, Xing says, Weilan, this is the man who did all that in your lab. Because look at his hands. They are also trembling, and he can't even talk properly. Then that man makes an excuse of a call and leaves from there. When Xing and Weilan start to follow that man, another man comes from the front. He doesn't let Weilan go. He says, Weilan, have a drink with me. Now, instead of Weilan, Xing drinks that drink. Weilan takes her away from there. Then they hide in a place and start listening to their conversation. Then seeing them coming, Weilan takes Xing into a refrigerator, saying, we will get out of here later. But in the meantime, it turns out that someone locks it from the outside. The temperature there had also dropped so much that both of them were feeling cold. And in the meantime, Xing is about to fall. So Weilan catches her. Weilan remembers, I saw a man giving money to a waiter to get something. That same alcohol was drunk by Xing, and both of them remember this. Then he lifts Xing and sits her in one place. He sees that there is a grate there. He breaks it, and then comes and sits next to Xing. Xing is feeling very cold because of that drug. Weilan takes off his coat and gives it to her. She says, you should wear it too, it's getting very cold here. Weilan says, no, I'm fine. Weilan sits very close to her and starts to fall asleep. Xing tries to wake him up by saying, I saw a very handsome boy today. He was more handsome than you. Weilan opens his eyes and says, no one can be more handsome than me. She starts praising him a lot. Weilan understands she is saying all this to wake me up. Weilan says, you don't need to do all this, I broke the vent, didn't I? Because of that, alarms are ringing outside. Someone will definitely come here to save us. Weilan says, you seem like that girl who once saved my life. I searched for that girl a lot, but I couldn't find her. In the meantime, they both faint. Some security guards come to save them. Weilan regains consciousness in the ambulance. There, Xing says, I couldn't find that man, but how are you? Weilan says, it's okay, we found out about one man, didn't we? By following him, we will also find out about the other man. Then he asks, how are you? She says, the drug didn't do anything to me, I am perfectly fine. Weilan starts to get up, and the drip in his hand starts to move. Seeing this, Xing grabs his hand and says, I know you don't like physical contact, but I will still not let go of your hand. Then Xing comes home and starts looking for soup with her dad because she wanted more chicken in the soup for Weilan. Her dad says, you are very worried about your boss. So Xing says, he saved my life. Next, we are shown Weilan, with whom Zhou is sitting. So he asks him, do you really not love Xing? He says no. Joe asks, are you sure? He says, yes. In the meantime, Xing arrives there, and seeing this, Weilan gets nervous. She has brought soup for him. Then Xing serves him soup. Just then, Weilan's secretary's eyes fall on Weilan's laptop, on which something is written about a project. Seeing this, she makes an excuse and goes outside and talks to Weilan's dad. Weilan's dad asks, how is Weilan with Xing? She says, I think there is something going on between Xing and him. Xing is also taking very good care of him. She also tells them about that project. In the meantime, Zhou comes from behind, so she leaves from there. Zhou then comes and tells Weilan, your dad has found out about our project. So Weilan suspects, Xing told my dad everything. That's why he asks Xing, why did you tell my dad everything? So Xing says, I didn't do anything like that. Weilan turns his face to the other side and says, I don't even want to see your face now. Hearing this, Xing gets very sad. Then, in the next scene, Xing deliberately starts packing boxes. Weilan asks some employees to help her, but she doesn't let anyone help her. Then, Weilan is shown, who finds out that Xing is working in the rain. He tells Xing, just stop doing this work. When Xing doesn't listen, he says, okay, I will also work with you now. He starts making her do a lot of work with the boxes, and when he comes back after taking the boxes, he sees Xing fainting and falling. So he comes and catches her, puts her in the car, and takes her home with him. Joe brings the doctor and tells Weilan, you are torturing her physically. Now she will definitely resign from the job. So Weilan gets worried. Then he sits next to Xing and apologizes to her. The next morning, Weilan dreams that Xing has resigned. Seeing this, he wakes up scared and sees that Xing is not there either. He comes outside looking for her. He sees that Xing has arrived. Seeing her, he asks, you didn't leave? She says, I woke up early in the morning and had gone to get something. He asks, have you forgiven me? Xing says with a smile, yes. Then she starts checking everything with a detector. Weilan asks, what are you doing? So she says, I was checking. Then she goes to his house and starts checking everything. Weilan is standing far away, just watching her and being happy. And then they are sitting and talking together. Just then, Xing starts to vomit. Weilan says, go and vomit in the washroom. Then the secretary is shown, whom Weilan's dad calls. It seems that the device we installed in Weilan's room has stopped working. So he tells the secretary, go and check it. Hearing their conversation, she goes to Weilan's room. Now she is checking. In the meantime, Weilan arrives there. So she tells his dad, Weilan has arrived. Just then, Xing starts to vomit again. The secretary is also hiding behind the table. Along with that, Weilan's dad's call is also ongoing. Weilan is telling Xing, all this happened because of me, that you are vomiting. On the other side, Weilan's dad is happy hearing this, thinking, my grandson is coming. In his excitement, dad starts speaking loudly on the call. So the secretary drops the mobile. Hearing the sound of the mobile, they also straighten up. Then the secretary also comes out. So Weilan starts talking to his dad on a video call. He asks, you had installed a device in my room, didn't you? His grandfather says, I just installed it for you so that I would know what you're doing. I was protecting you. Weilan ends his dad's call and tells the secretary, I am firing you from this job. In the next scene, when Xing comes to the company, she sees that Weilan is sleeping there. She is about to put his coat on Weilan. So Weilan wakes up. He asks, you came? Xing says, I found out that you have been working here all night. The employees told me everything. Xing asks, now tell me what to eat. I have brought food for you, or should we go somewhere to eat? Weilan says, I will go with you on one condition if you take me to the best restaurant. So Xing agrees. In the next scene, Xing has come for lunch with the secretary. On the way back, a driver comes from Weilan's side to pick her up. When she gets in that car, the secretary reads the car's number and starts thinking something. Weilan is also coming in another car with a different driver to that restaurant, where he was supposed to have dinner with Xing. He is thinking about Xing the whole way. On the other side, Xing becomes suspicious of that driver, so she sits carefully. Then she looks at her mobile and sees that there are no signals. Xing catches this driver and asks, who sent you here? On the other side, the car Weilan was in also belonged to the kidnapper. He makes Weilan unconscious and takes him with him. Those people tie up Weilan. When Weilan regains consciousness, his dad is shown to him on a call. They tell Weilan's dad their demand. On the other side, Xing reaches that location from the map where Weilan was kidnapped and kept. She also calls the police. When she goes up, she sees that those people have tied up Weilan. So she secretly goes and starts hitting those people and then starts running away with Weilan from there. Just then, the police also arrive. Coming outside, Weilan asks her, why did you put your life in danger for me? He sees that Xing's leg is injured, so he hugs her and says, from now on, I will not do anything that would make you put your life in danger. I will always protect you. And then he faints on Xing's shoulder. After this, when he regains consciousness, he is in the hospital. Joe is with him. Weilan asks him about Xing, so he tells him that Xing is better now. Then Weilan's dad's friend tells him, now we have to do something about that contract because of which those people kidnapped you. Weilan says, I will not give that contract to anyone. Just then, his dad's voice comes on the call. Weilan, how can you do this? So Weilan tells him, why do you interfere everywhere? This is my contract, so the decision will also be mine. Dad says, your life is dear to me, not the contract. But Weilan doesn't listen to him and leaves from there. Then Xing goes to meet Weilan with the secretary. Weilan is also coming to meet her with Zhou. Both of them smile at each other. Then these two start talking outside. Xing says, you can call me your friend. Weilan is shocked and says, friend? So Xing says, oh no, I am your assistant, so how can I become a friend? Weilan says, can we become something more than friends? So Xing says, yes, then we can become brother and sister. Hearing this, Weilan's mood sours, so he leaves from there. In the next scene, Zhou gives Weilan an idea. You have to find out if Xing likes you or not. So Weilan goes to the secretary and says, I am hiring you again. So the secretary says, now I will not work as a spy. So Weilan says, now you have to be my spy and find out Xing's feelings for me. So the secretary agrees. Then the secretary goes to Xing's house and tells her about her job. Weilan has appointed me again. So Xing is also happy for her. Then the secretary says, Weilan has sent so many things for you. Do you have any idea why he does so much for you? So Xing says, he is my brother, that's why. But the secretary denies it. Maybe he likes you. But Xing denies it. That can't happen. In the next scene, Weilan is selecting a dress for the office. So Zhou tells him, you should get a gift for Xing. Weilan likes this idea, so he goes to get a gift for her. There, he doesn't like anything for her. Then he sees a monkey that he likes for Xing. Then he sees that Xing has also bought the same monkey for Weilan. Then they both go out and sit down. Xing says, it also has a recorder. So Weilan says, you record something in my monkey too. So Xing takes that monkey and records best of luck in it. And then she also asks Weilan to record something in her monkey. So Weilan takes her monkey and says, I like you. But there is a lot of noise there, so Xing asks him to record it again. So he says, best of luck to you. Xing says, now there will be no confusion as to whose monkey is whose. The next scene is of the company, where Weilan appoints Xing to a new post and also doubles her salary. Xing is very happy with all this. In the next scene, the secretary makes a plan with Weilan in which they take all the employees to a bar to find out Xing's feelings. When Weilan arrives there, the secretary says, let's play truth or dare, in which she asks Xing a question. Do you have a boyfriend? So she says no. So Weilan asks, what kind of boys do you like? Intelligent or handsome? So she says, I don't like either of them. She explains, I will like the boy who takes care of my dad. Hearing this, Weilan becomes quiet. Then there is a drinking competition between Weilan and Xing, due to which both of them drink a lot. Weilan faints right there. Then Xing takes him home and gives him hangover juice to drink. He says, first you say that you like intelligent boys. So Xing says, yes, that's right. Now you drink this. Then Weilan falls asleep on the sofa itself. So Xing starts to wake him up, and by mistake, their lips touch. Due to this, Xing freezes, and Weilan again falls on her shoulder. So Xing pushes him away from her. In the next scene, Xing is teaching Weilan self-defense. She tells him, you will have to do exactly as I tell you. Now he is doing just that. Then suddenly, a yoga ball hits Weilan on the head, which makes him accidentally kiss Xing. But Xing's eyes are closed, so she doesn't understand. So Weilan immediately moves away from her and says, that yoga ball hit you. And then he leaves from there. In the next scene, a student of Xing has come to her house to meet her. Just then, she gets a call from Weilan, so she also shows her to him on a video call. This is my karate student. Weilan asks Xing to go out. So Xing says, okay, I will bring her with me too. The next day, Xing has come out with Weilan. Just then, Xing gets a message from Ling. So Xing tells the little girl to go home. Uncle Ling has come. Hearing this, Weilan offers to feed the little girl chocolate. We will also eat ice cream. So the little girl tells Xing, first we will eat ice cream. So Xing also has to agree. Then the three of them enjoy ice cream together. Then they start taking out a toy from a claw machine. But Xing and the little girl can't get the toy out. So Weilan says, I'll try. But after trying for a long time, he can't get the toy out either. So Xing tells the little girl, let's just buy a toy like that. When they show Weilan those toys, Weilan becomes happy. Then they are sitting by the seaside and talking. Just then, fireworks start, which makes Xing happy to see. Weilan looks at her and thinks, I should tell her my feelings. Xing looks at him and asks, do you have something to tell me? So he says, yes, do you like me? Hearing this, Xing is shocked. So Weilan also realizes what he has said, so he makes an excuse of going to the washroom and leaves from there. Then that little girl tells Xing, it seems Uncle likes you. Xing asks, how do you know? So she says, the way he looks at you, my dad looks at my mom that way. Hearing this, Xing is getting happy and thinks, Weilan really likes me. Then Weilan comes to drop them home. As soon as Xing is about to go inside, Weilan says, I like you to her. But by then, the door of Xing's house closes. But Xing hears this. Meanwhile, Weilan gets a call from Zhou, so he has to leave from there in a hurry. Then Xing comes out and looks for him, but by then Weilan has left. In the next scene, Weilan finds out that a new intern, who was sent from another company, has hacked the lab system. Due to this, the other company had copied all their data. Weilan gets worried seeing this. Then he starts working to fix the system. Seeing him, Xing tells Zhou, Weilan looks very busy. So Zhou tells her to take coffee for him. Then Xing takes coffee and goes to him. But Weilan doesn't look at her, so Xing sits next to him. Weilan takes the coffee and drinks it. Xing falls asleep while watching him. Weilan sees her and puts his on her. Then he also falls asleep in his chair while watching her. Zhou sees them like this and takes their pictures. In the next scene, Weilan's dad comes to the office in the guise of a worker. He meets Xing and tells her, Weilan should not find out that I have come here. Then Xing takes him to the rooftop. Weilan's dad tells Xing, I need you to do something for me. So Xing says, I cannot do anything against Weilan for you. So dad says, I am not asking you to do such a thing. I have come to talk to you as my daughter. He tells her, Weilan and my relationship has not been good since his childhood. Can you explain to him a little for me that he should come home to meet me after so long? He hasn't come home for a long time. Xing asks, what is the difference between you two? So dad says, I don't know, but you have to try to bring Weilan to my side. Xing also agrees to this. Then Xing goes and talks to Weilan. So Weilan understands that his dad has sent her. He asks her, did you meet my dad? So Xing says, no. So Weilan says, then why are you talking like this? So Xing says, I only talked about going home. Why are you getting so hyper? Weilan doesn't answer any of her questions and starts to leave from there. So Xing says, I also have a family, so I know how relaxed a person feels being in their family. So Weilan says, you don't need to explain anything to me. Then, after this, he is sitting with Zhou. He says, Xing should not have taken my dad's side. Zhou tells him, you should listen to her. Don't you love her? So Weilan says, I love her, but I don't think she loves me. So Zhou shows him that picture in which Xing is sleeping with him. Zhou says, look how much she cares for you. This is because she loves you. But Weilan doesn't believe him. Then he comes home and starts drinking with a monkey in front of him. Then we are shown a flashback. Weilan's dad had left him alone in childhood and gone abroad. That's why Weilan is very angry with him. When he comes back after studying from abroad, his dad wants to meet him properly. But Weilan still doesn't talk to him. When you left me in childhood, why are you meeting me now? Now thinking about these things, Weilan drinks a lot. He falls asleep while talking to the monkey. As soon as he opens his eyes, Xing is sitting in front of him. He starts shouting at her. So Xing calms him down. Weilan asks her, how did you get here? So we see a flashback. Xing gets a call from Weilan, but he doesn't talk to her. Due to this, Xing starts to worry about him, so she comes to his house. But when she knocks on the door, Weilan doesn't open the door. So she calls Zhou and asks about Weilan. So he tells her about the back door, through which Xing comes inside the house. She sees Weilan very drunk. Weilan tells her his past. In my childhood, my dad did not spend time with me. I have spent a lot of time alone, so I don't like my dad. Now I want to live alone. He comes close to her and says, do you know who I like? Xing gets nervous when he comes close. Weilan says, I really like the sun. Then he falls asleep there. So Xing picks him up and lays him on the bed. In the present, Xing remembers one thing Weilan said. When she is about to leave after laying Weilan on the bed, Weilan grabs her hand and says, the son I was talking about, that's you. Hearing this, Xing becomes very happy. In the next scene, Weilan asks Xing to go to dinner with him. So Xing says, we will go on one condition, that we will do an extra workout after dinner. Weilan agrees to this. Then Xing goes with him. Then Weilan comes to the restaurant with Xing. Weilan pulls the chair back and asks Xing to sit there, which shocks Xing. What happened to him? Then Weilan says, after eating, we will go shopping. But Xing refuses. I don't like shopping. After eating, when they are going back, Weilan thinks, is this what a date is like? Xing is also thinking, does he want to talk to me about something that he is behaving like this? So Xing asks him, what is it? Just then, Weilan remembers what Zhou said. Girls like fireworks. So he tells her, I'll bring something for you. Then we see Zhou there, who gives Weilan a bouquet. You have to give this to Xing. So Weilan becomes happy. Zhou says, you should also confess your love at the same time. Then he starts walking towards her, but he gets sad when he sees Xing chasing after a thief. Then after a while, Xing comes to Weilan and tells him, I have got the whole gang of thieves caught. Weilan gets worried when he sees the injury on her hand. Then he makes her sit in one place and starts applying medicine to her hand and gets angry at her. You don't care about yourself at all. Then he tells her, I brought you here today to tell you something. Hearing this, Xing understands. He is about to propose to me. So she asks Weilan, do you like me? Before he could give any answer, Xing says, you said I like you that day, didn't you? So Weilan says yes. So Xing says, then what are you waiting for? I promise I will be your girlfriend. So Weilan kisses her. Weilan says, I was supposed to propose to you first. You said my lines. So Xing says, I didn't stop you. You didn't say anything yourself. And then she leaves from there. The next day, Weilan tells Zhou and the secretary, I have confessed. So they both become happy. Then the secretary goes to Xing and hugs her and says, I am very happy for you. On the other hand, Zhou tells Weilan, now you should give Xing a name. So Weilan says, I will talk to her about this. Then he goes to Xing, and she is also coming towards him. So Weilan asks her to follow him. Then going outside, Xing asks him, what did you want to talk to me about? Weilan says, I want to take care of you, but you don't give me any chance. So Xing asks, how do you want to take care of me? So Weilan says, the way a boyfriend takes care of his girlfriend. But Xing silences him. In the office, we should remain as boss and employee. Weilan then takes her to a meeting in which people from Russia have come. Seeing the hand of a man, Xing has some doubts about them. Then after the meeting, Xing tells Weilan, I have doubts about those people. Just then, Weilan kisses her on the cheek. So Xing becomes completely silent. So Weilan says, now you are my girlfriend, so you will have to get used to it. Then they both start following those Russian people. Weilan asks, what doubt did you have about them? So Xing says, they have come to China for the second time, but they knew Chinese. They just brought a translator with them for show. Then they both reach a parking area where their car is parked. Some people get out of that car, and a Chinese boy meets them. After a while, those people get in their car and leave. Xing starts to go after them, but Weilan tells her, we will not follow them now. So Xing says, we haven't even seen them yet, so we should go after them. But Weilan says, the car that is parked there, I know whose it is. I will get the footage from his car's camera, in which the faces of those people will be visible. Xing becomes happy. Then both of them come to the company. Then Weilan gets that video. He watches that video with Zhou and Xing's suspicion turns out to be correct. The man in the video, Weilan knew him. In the next scene, Weilan calls Xing and says, today is the second day of our relationship, so we should celebrate. So he sends her a location and asks her to come there. When Xing gets there, she hugs Weilan as soon as he arrives. Weilan asks her, what happened? So she says, your dad had called me. He says that I should help in bringing you closer to him, but I have flatly refused him. He also told me that the contract you are doing can put you in danger. Weilan starts to smile hearing her words. So Xing asks, why are you smiling? So Weilan says, I am seeing how much my girlfriend cares about my feelings. He then kisses Xing. The next day, when Xing comes to the company, she has cooked food for Weilan herself. Then she hears some girls talking that there is some problem in the company. So she leaves the food at the counter and goes away. Give this to Weilan. Then she goes to the lab, where everyone is listening to the news that the price of medicine has gone up a lot, which is why Weilan is worried. Gao had done all this, so that now the contract he made with the Russians, he will never be able to complete it. Then we see Weilan, who looks at Xing's late food box and thinks, Xing made this for me. If I eat it here, everyone will know about our relationship. So he puts the box back. Just then, Ling comes to him and asks, everyone there is worried, and you are having lunch? And then looking at the box, he says, Xing brought this. So Weilan says, yes, she made it for me with a lot of love. Ling says with a smile, will you eat it? So Weilan says, yes. So Ling says, okay, I'll see you eat it in front of me. Weilan tastes a little bit, and he doesn't like the food. So he starts making a bad face. Ling says, Xing doesn't know how to cook, so I wanted to see if you would eat it or not. But Weilan says, it's tasty, and starts eating again. Then we see further that Weilan's stomach gets upset because of that food. He is going to the washroom again and again. So Xing, seeing his ill health, says, you should get a checkup. But Weilan refuses. Just then, Weilan gets a call from his dad. I have come to know about the problems happening in the company. Do you need my help? But Weilan refuses. No, I had already ordered the medicine, so there is no problem. Hearing this, everyone becomes happy. Then Xing goes to his office with medicine. Your health is not good, so you should take medicine. And she apologizes to him. You got diarrhea because of me. She is so embarrassed that Weilan hugs her. Xing asks him, what happened? So he says, what would have happened if you were not there? I was just thinking that. So Xing says, why are you talking like that? I will always be with you. And then she makes him sit on the chair and starts massaging his shoulders. Weilan feels uncomfortable with her massage, so he refuses. Then he asks her to go on a date with him. Then both of them are roaming in the mall. Weilan doesn't like to get close to girls, so Xing deliberately takes him close to girls. Both of them have a lot of fun. Then Xing grabs his hand and takes him to a restaurant. After eating, when both are going back, Xing asks Weilan, guess what I am thinking right now? So Weilan says, you are thinking that Weilan is going to kiss you. Xing says with a smile, I'm not thinking anything like that. Then Weilan kisses her on the forehead. In the next scene, we see that Weilan has called Xing to his house. Xing asks him, what do you want to talk about? Weilan is a little nervous, so he puts the monkey in front of her. Xing sees that Weilan has recorded in it, I care for you a lot. Xing starts to smile hearing this. So Xing says, sorry, I should also understand your feelings. Then when Weilan is about to kiss Xing, the monkey starts saying all the recordings, in which Weilan has also said, I love you to Xing. Then both of them start to smile. The next day, we see Weilan under a lot of stress due to work, so Xing comes and starts helping him. Then next, we see both of them at Weilan's house, where Xing tells him, I will stay here today and help you. But Weilan says, no, you have been working overtime for many days, so go home and rest today. Then, when Xing comes out to go home, she sees Weilan's dad coming and goes back to Weilan with him. Weilan's dad tells him, I will help you in this project. But Weilan says, I don't need your help, I will handle everything myself. His dad scolds him, I told you not to do this project. So Weilan apologizes to him. I have troubled you a lot, so if I can't handle this project, I will leave the company and go. Saying this, he leaves from there. Then, Xing goes after him. Weilan was walking outside in a lot of stress. Xing is also following him and telling his dad about him. There, Weilan collides with a drunk man who starts to fight with Weilan. So Weilan says, I am in a very bad mood, so talk to me calmly. But that man slaps Weilan, due to which Weilan gets into a fight with him. Just then, Xing also arrives there. Then both of them fight with those people together, who get beaten and run away from there. Weilan asks, were you following me the whole time? So Xing says, yes. Then Weilan takes her to a place where he flips a switch and a lot of lights turn on. Xing likes all this a lot. He tells her, I often come here. Then he apologizes to Xing. So Xing asks, why are you apologizing to me? So Weilan says, you saw me and dad fighting. Xing says, this is not a big deal. I also fight with my dad. This relationship is like that. So he says, our case is different. I have never liked my dad. We always fight. So Xing says, no father thinks badly for his children. So Weilan starts looking at her. Then Xing asks, what do you think when you look at the stars? So Weilan says, I wish I were Superman. So Xing starts to smile. She says, my dream is also this, but I want to help other people. Then she says, I never thought that I would ever fall in love. I wanted to stay in the state of mind I was in. So Weilan makes her stand up and says, I am always with you. Whatever you want to do, you will always find me with you. Then Weilan is about to kiss her, but Xing stops him and hands him a soda bottle. Does our company sell things? Weilan says, no, we work online. So Xing says, if we sell, our medicine will reach everyone. Weilan says, I will think about it. And then he kisses her and picks her up. He says, you are very lucky for me. After this, he starts discussing the plan with Xing about what to do and how to do it now. In the next scene, Weilan and Xing have come for an outing with friends. When Xing and Weilan come to the hotel room, they see a heart made of flowers on the bed, and Xing asks Weilan, were you supposed to give me this surprise? Weilan says embarrassedly, no. Then both of them sit and start talking. Weilan is very nervous while Xing is normally using her mobile, so Weilan grabs her hand, and Xing is shocked. Then Weilan says, if you react like this, I will get out of control. Xing asks, what do you mean? So Weilan starts to kiss her, but Xing stops him and says, I am your assistant and I didn't even pay attention to your security. I need to check the room. Then, Weilan sees a scar on the back of her neck and asks, you must have pain here? So she says, no, this is very old. I got injured here when I was a soldier. Weilan hugs her and says, now I will always protect you. Then Xing asks him, Weilan, where is my surprise? So Weilan takes her out to the balcony from the window of that room, where many stars were visible in the sky. They both are happy to see them. In the next scene, Xing is with her dad. So dad asks her, do you have a boyfriend? So Xing denies and asks, what kind of boy do you want for me? So he says, I want a boy who can take good care of himself and take great care of you. So Xing remembers Weilan. He can't take care of himself, nor is his body strong. Therefore, Xing thinks dad will reject Weilan. Then when she gets a call from Weilan, he tells her, I have to give a gift to your dad. So Xing says, there is no need for that right now. So Weilan asks, can't you accept me? So Xing says, "No, that's not it. I am not mentally prepared right now." Then Weilan gets a call. He had asked someone to find that army girl who had once saved his life. Today he tells Weilan the girl has been found. When Weilan sees the picture of that girl, it is Xing who had rescued him. Seeing this, Weilan is very happy. The next day, Weilan makes an excuse of overtime and is just staring at Xing. Xing starts to check his fever and then goes to get medicine for him. Then, when she is teaching him boxing, she also notices that Weilan is continuously working out. So Xing says, "What happened to you? Are you angry with me for not letting you meet my dad? I first want to prepare you to meet my dad. Come to my house today. Dad is also not at home today." Then Xing brings him home and shows him her dad's pictures. Then she cooks food for him and brings it. By mistake, sauce spills on Weilan's shorts, so he goes to take a shower. As soon as he comes back after taking a shower, he bumps into Xing, who has brought a shirt for him. She gets nervous seeing him without a shirt. Weilan is about to kiss her when the doorbell rings outside. Weilan quickly hides in Xing's room. When Xing checks, her dad's friend is there. So Xing tells them, "Dad is not at home today, you can come in the morning." But they say, "Come on, I'll play chess with you." But Xing refuses them. "I am resting. I have done a lot of work today." Then she sends them away from there. Then Weilan starts to kiss her again. Then Xing's dad's voice comes, "Xing, close the doors and windows carefully at night." Hearing this, Weilan gets scared. So Xing tells him, "My dad has set an alarm so that I remember everything." Then Xing starts showing him her dad's things. So Weilan asks, "Did you guys come here after retiring?" So Xing says, "Yes. When we were soldiers, we went to a place where they were making wrong medicine. After saving the people there, while saving me, my dad lost his hand. And then we both took retirement and came here." Xing gets sad after telling all this. So Weilan comforts her by holding her close. The next day, while going to his house, Weilan thinks, when Xing finds out that it was my company, what will be her reaction? The next day, when Xing's dad comes home, she tells her dad, "I have to tell you something." She tells them about Weilan. So dad tells her, "You are bringing that boy home?" So Xing says yes to them. On the other hand, Weilan is thinking, "I wish I could find some evidence whether our company did that work or not." He also goes and confirms with his dad. So his dad says, "Someone was blackmailing us, so we shut down that company." But Weilan is still in search of some evidence. The next day, he goes outside Xing's house. He thinks, "I will tell Xing the whole thing." Just then, Xing arrives there. He's about to grab her and tell her when Xing's dad also sees him and tells him to leave Xing. Xing says, "Dad, I talked to you about my boyfriend, didn't I? So this is him." Weilan is very scared. Xing's dad says, "Let's go inside and talk." Then going inside, Weilan has dinner with them in which Xing's dad asks him some questions. Then Weilan tells Xing's dad, "You have raised your daughter very well." Hearing this, Xing's dad becomes happy. Xing's dad says, "I will tell you one thing. If you make my daughter sad, there will be no one worse than me." So Xing says, "Dad, Weilan loves me a lot and cares for me a lot." Then we are shown Weilan and Xing together, who are very happy. Xing asks him, "Why were you so nervous?" "My dad is very soft-hearted. He just looks angry on the outside." So Weilan says, "Everyone is nervous when they meet someone else. And then, if you meet someone's parents, a person gets even more nervous." Xing says, "I have done many jobs, but I have joined this job from them. I have become very different. Before, I was something else. But working with you, I have become something else. And all this is because of you. I also became your bodyguard and assistant, and that's all I came to your company to do. Weilan, I love you." Weilan is just listening to her words quietly. He doesn't react. So Xing says, "I said such a big thing. You didn't react at all." So he says, "I love you too, Xing." Then she becomes quiet. Weilan takes her hand and kisses it. Then Xing rests her head on Weilan's shoulder. The next day, Weilan asks Zhou to go with him to get a ring for Xing, to which he agrees. In the next scene, when Xing comes to the office to give him a work report, Weilan gives her a box in which there is a dress, shoes, and jewelry for her. Xing asks, "What is all this?" So Weilan says, "The date tomorrow is the date we went on our first date. So I want to celebrate this date, so you get ready nicely. Then we will go to a place. I will send you the address." Then he is shown with the secretary and Ling. They have brought a diamond ring for Xing, which Weilan had asked both of them to bring. He says, "If you both like it, then Xing will definitely like this ring too." Then he thanks both of them. In the next scene, Weilan is very excited to meet Xing. He is talking to the monkey he gave her. Then he gets a call from the booking person, where he has made special arrangements for dinner. He tells him all the details. Just then, Weilan gets another call in which Zhou says, "Weilan, have you seen the news?" Then we see Xing, who is ready for Weilan, but she is very sad. Just then, her dad comes to her room and tells her that Wei Lan has come. She says, "I'm coming," and then takes off all the things Wei Lan had given her. There we see a flashback that she had shown all this to her dad after getting ready and had told them, "Today is a special day for me and Wei Lan, so how do I look?" Now in the present, Xing goes and sits next to Wei Lan. Wei Lan says, "I have to tell you something." So Xing says, "Why did you hide this from me? And how long did you intend to hide this from me?" So Wei Lan says, "I was about to tell you this. I also found out about this yesterday." Xing says, "Do you know, because of your company, my dad's hand was cut off and we had to take retirement. I had many dreams, but because of your company, I couldn't do anything." Wei Lan tells her, "Listen to me once," but Xing doesn't listen to him. She says, "I don't want to talk to you about anything. Just get out of here." So Wei Lan leaves from there after this, and then Xing starts crying a lot. Going outside, Wei Lan also looks at the ring he was going to give to Xing and remembers how much I practiced how I would give this ring to Xing. On the other side, Xing is also thinking about Wei Lan. She starts listening to his voice in the monkey he gave her. Just then, she gets a call from the secretary. She tells her Wei Lan is leaving the country and going abroad. Xing is shocked to hear this. Then she starts going towards Wei Lan. There, Wei Lan is shown. He is packing. He also puts the monkey given by Xing in his luggage. Then, looking at his passport, he says, "Xing, I will prove to you that our company has not done anything like this." Then he takes his luggage and comes out. So Xing is standing outside. He comes to her. So Xing asks him, "Why are you leaving your company like this?" So Wei Lan says, "If I have to find out the truth, I have to leave from here. I am happy that you have come to meet me." So Xing says, "I am your assistant, so I have come to see you. There is no other relationship between me and you." Wei Lan then says goodbye to her and leaves from there. After he leaves, Xing is crying. So Wei Lan comes back and hugs her. He tells her, "I will find out the truth and come back. You just have to believe." So she starts boxing to distract herself. Just then, she gets a good night message from Wei Lan. Then when Xing comes home, her dad calls her to eat with him. There he tells Xing, "We have had a very tough time in the army. Don't blame yourself for my hand. It was not your fault." Xing says, "Dad, say clearly what you want to say." So he says, "The one you are blaming for this is not at fault." So Xing says, "I will not forgive Wei Lan. He lied to me." So Dad says, "Yes, I will also beat him a lot for this. He won't have a single tooth left in his mouth." Hearing this, Xing starts to smile. In the next scene, the secretary and Ling come to Xing's house to meet her. They tell her, "We have come to take you somewhere." Now they take her to the place where Xing had come with Wei Lan before. There she remembers Wei Lan a lot. Then she decides that now I will also help Wei Lan in all this. On the other side, we are shown Gao, who finds out that Wei Lan has sent people for investigation at a place. So he starts to leave quickly. Xing is also watching him leave. She thinks, the real fight has started now. Then Xing starts to follow Gao. Gao reaches a place and goes inside the hotel. There in a room, he has kept a passport and money. He is looking at them. Just then, Xing also reaches outside that room. Gao suspects that someone has come after him, so he goes out to see. Just then, Xing sees Gao coming out of a room, who starts running after seeing Xing. Xing also runs after him. Gao goes by the lift, so Xing starts going by the stairs. When Gao reaches downstairs, Wei Lan is standing in front of him. Then a fight starts between the two. Just then, Xing also reaches there. She freezes upon seeing Wei Lan. Just then, the police arrive there, who arrest Gao and take him away. Then Wei Lan comes to Xing. He tells her, "After doing all the investigation, I had asked to book the first ticket. I wanted to come and tell you first." Then he shows her a video from his mobile. Xing is just looking at Wei Lan. She then hugs him and says, "I was very worried about you. Don't leave me like this again. I was missing you a lot." So Wei Lan says, "I was also missing you. Let's go home now." Then, after reaching home, Wei Lan takes a shower and Xing dries his hair with a towel. Then, Wei Lan says, "The files I have, I will show them to your dad. So he will find out that our company had not done anything like that." Xing says, "Okay, show them." Then, Wei Lan says, "I have also prepared a gift for him so that he also knows how caring his son-in-law is." Xing says, "Son-in-law?" So Wei Lan says, "Yes, whatever misunderstanding we had has been cleared. So we are in a relationship again." So Xing says, "You haven't even proposed to me. If you propose to me right now, I will say yes." But Wei Lan says, "I will propose to you in a proper way." Then Xing gets a call from the secretary. Her voice is not coming, so Xing goes out and answers the phone. She tells Xing, Wei Lan has an injury on his backside. His bandage needs to be changed. Xing is shocked to hear this. Wei Lan didn't tell me. Then she goes inside and makes him stand up and says, "Will you take off your shorts yourself or should I?" So Wei Lan is shocked and asks, "What are you saying?" So Xing turns his face to the other side and pulls his shirt down from the back. So she sees Wei Lan's injury. So she asks Wei Lan, "Why didn't you tell me about this?" So Wei Lan says, "It's a small injury, that's why I didn't tell you. It wasn't going to leave a mark, was it? Even if it did, it wouldn't have mattered. My girlfriend also has a mark on her back anyway. You weren't going to give me a reward if I had told you, were you?" So Xing straightens him up and kisses him, and then starts applying medicine to his injury. Then she puts a bandage on him and kisses him, and then starts to leave. So Wei Lan catches her. So Xing is shocked and says, "What do you want to do?" So Wei Lan kisses her. Then both of them sit on the bed. Wei Lan then lays her on the bed. In the next scene, Xing's dad comes to Wei Lan's house. When Wei Lan opens the door, he grabs him by the throat and starts hitting him. Just then, Xing also comes down from upstairs. She is shocked to see her dad. After this, in the next scene, Wei Lan's dad is shown talking to Xing's dad. "Our company was not involved in the scandal that happened. Those company people were making fake medicine and selling it under our company's name." Xing's dad says, "I don't have a problem with the company, but with your son. He first broke my daughter's heart and then went abroad. And now he has spent the night with my daughter as soon as he came." So Wei Lan's dad says, "The children had some misunderstanding which has been cleared. So you should also be happy now." Xing also goes to her dad and says, "I love Wei Lan a lot and he also loves me a lot." So Wei Lan's dad tells him, "You also say something." So Wei Lan says, "I am ready to marry your daughter." So Xing's dad also accepts Wei Lan. Then Wei Lan's dad shakes hands with Xing's dad. Now we are related. Just then, he suddenly falls and faints. Wei Lan then takes him to the hospital where he finds out about his dad's illness, that is, cancer. So he is shocked. Then when Wei Lan's dad regains consciousness, he is very happy to see his son so close. Then after everyone leaves, Wei Lan spends a lot of good time with them. He apologizes to them, "I always misunderstood you. You should have told me about your illness once." So he says, "It's okay, but the project I have given you, you have to complete it so that the lives of cancer patients can be saved. When I started that project, I wanted two things. One, I wanted you, and second, I wanted to save my own life." So Wei Lan says, "We will definitely be successful in this project." In the next scene, Wei Lan comes to meet Xing's dad with Xing. Then Wei Lan gifts them an artificial hand, so they are very happy. The next day, we see a man threatening someone. "If you don't do my work, I will not leave your daughter alive." In the next scene, Xing is having lunch with the secretary. Suddenly, she starts to vomit, from which the secretary understands and then asks her to check. Then both of them are going with a pregnancy stick. The secretary tells her, "If the sign is negative, don't tell Wei Lan. But if it's positive, definitely tell Wei Lan so that he realizes his responsibility." In the next scene, Xing is taking a pregnancy test, but the result has not come yet, so she is about to go out with it. Just then, Wei Lan arrives. Wei Lan is shocked to see the pregnancy stick in her hand, so Xing quickly hides it. Then Wei Lan starts to propose to Xing. Then both are seen making wedding plans. Xing says, "I want a simple wedding," to which Wei Lan says, "Girls have so many dreams about marriage." So Xing says, "I don't have any such dream." Then we are shown the same man whose name is Mr. Mayan. He is threatening someone. We see that he is Wei Lan's dad's friend, Mr. Kang, who used to live with them. He tells Mr. Kang, "Tell me about Wei Lan's every action." In the next scene, Wei Lan and Xing are having dinner with Wei Lan's dad. Just then, he gets a call from Joe, and he becomes emotional. Wei Lan's dad asks, "Wei Lan, what happened? Is there any problem in the company?" So Wei Lan says, "Your project has been successful. Now your treatment will be done." Hearing this, Dad hugs Wei Lan. Then we are shown the lab scene where Wei Lan says, "We did it, and all of you have worked hard in this." So everyone is happy. Xing goes and hugs Wei Lan. Then Wei Lan gives a party to his entire team. There, Wei Lan announces his relationship with Xing to the club and also shows his marriage certificate, on which all the employees are happy. In the next scene, Wei Lan's dad tells him, "The police have investigated Gao and found out that someone else made him do this work." Then Wei Lan and Xing's wedding day arrives. Xing comes there ready with her dad. Then her dad gives Xing's hand in Wei Lan's hand. Then Joe marries the two of them. Then they both kiss. After this, after changing their dresses, they go on a mission. Then Wei Lan takes the cancer project files and goes. So those people make him sit in a car and take him to a place. Wei Lan is surprised to see that man. He offers Wei Lan to work with him, but Wei Lan refuses. Then that man brings Mr. Kang and throws him in front of Wei Lan. Mr. Kang apologizes to Wei Lan. "This is my fault because of which you are facing all this." But Wei Lan says, "You are not at fault in this." Then Wei Lan tells Xing his location with a device. Then to trap him, Wei Lan says, "I am ready to give you this project." He puts a password on the laptop and gives it to him. This was a fake document that Wei Lan had made for an emergency. But that criminal, Mr. Mian, finds out that it is fake, so he puts a bomb jacket on Wei Lan. Hearing this, everyone is shocked. He starts hitting Wei-lan and asks, "Who will come here to save you?" To which Wei-lan says, "The one who will come here will not spare you." Then, Xing decides to go there. She reaches there and fights with the man's guards, and then tells Mr. Mian, "Tell me where the bomb's chip is." But he doesn't tell, so after hitting him, Xing asks, "Now tell me." So he takes out the chip from his watch and breaks it while putting it down. So Zhou tells Xing, "Put the chip in its place, it will work." Then Xing asks Mr. Kang to put that chip in Wei-lan's jacket. The timer stops when the chip is inserted, but Mr. Mian starts hitting Xing. When Wei-lan catches him, he turns on the timer with his mobile and leaves from there himself. The timer that was running on Wei-lan had a few minutes left, so Xing takes Mr. Kang out of there, and then Xing starts cutting the timer's wires so that it stops somehow. Wei-lan tells her to leave from there so that her life is not lost, to which Xing tells him to shut up and silences him. Then Zhou says, "Xing, try to remove the jacket," so Xing does the same. She takes the jacket off Wei-lan's body and throws it far away, and they both start running out, and the bomb explodes behind them. Then we are shown a scene from a few years later, in which Wei-lan has come in his car to pick up his children. First, Wei-lan's son comes. Then his daughter also comes, who asks Wei-lan about her mom. Then we are shown Xing, who is fighting with some criminals. Then Wei-lan comes to her with the children. In the next scene, Wei-lan has invited everyone to a Chinese New Year party, where everyone talks to Wei-lan and Xing's children. Where Wei-lan tells a story, we are shown a flashback, in which Wei-lan and Xing are both unconscious. Mr. Mian had hit them and made them unconscious. When Wei-lan regains consciousness, he sees Mr. Mian going to hit Xing. So he gets up and saves Xing, due to which a big fight ensues between them. He is on top of Wei-lan. Just then, Wei-lan remembers Xing's self-defense lesson, so he follows what she said. He sees a pin nearby, so he picks it up and stabs it in Mr. Mian's neck, due to which he dies. His children don't believe Wei-lan's story. They say, "We don't think you saved mom like that." So Wei-lan tells Xing, "You tell them I am telling the truth." To which Xing says, "What should I say? I don't know anything because I was unconscious." So everyone starts to smile. Then we are shown their hospital time after that fight, when both of them are taking care of each other. When the doctor comes and tells Wei-lan, "New members are coming to your family," the doctor says, "I think there might be twin babies." So hearing this, Wei-lan and Xing are both shocked. In the present, Wei-lan and Xing's children say, "We are those twins," to which Xing says, "Yes, absolutely." After this, we are shown their happy moments, and here the drama ends.